Hello everybody and welcome to the 16th episode of my Formula 1 career mode. This is my first ever attempt at the Indian Grand Prix at the Buddh International Circuit in New Delhi, and even though I was totally unfamiliar with the track, I managed to come 5th in practice, but qualifying is now the agenda and I have to get out of the knockout zone with 10 minutes to go in this 20-minute session. So down the hill I go through the right-hander, and I'm a 10th up on my own time. I don't know if that's good enough for the 16th I need, and there's a double apex left and into the right. That's probably my least favourite corner on the track. But you can see I'm really assaulting these curves. There's no mercy being shown. I'd probably describe this track as a go-kart track for F1, because you really have to just throw your car about and hope for the best in order to be fast. So now I cross the line, I'm through the DRS zone, and it's a 1:30.498 to put me 14th. But will that last further into the session? There's still a good way to go. I'm now trying another lap, but I went off with all four wheels and I was given a penalty for corner cutting. So now we're down to the final few minutes and I'm back down to 18th position with one chance to ensure my safety in the qualifying session. And I'm 3/10 up, that's not too bad. We now go on to the sort of spoon curve, I like to call it. You just have to hang high and then bang through that apex, a little bit of deceleration. And now I'm 8/10 of a second up, so I'm looking good so far. Daniel Ricciardo, better watch out. Oh, look at how close I was there. Braking for the hairpin, a little touch of the curbs, and there we go. I'm away. It's a 1:29.4, 1:29.45, so I'm easily through to Q2 in the end. Daniel Ricciardo and Maldonado, the big names going out, but everyone else seems to be okay. And that's it, pretty much. And then something extraordinary happened in Q2. You can just see it there. I've been involved in a heavy shunt. I'm going to show you the replay now. It's Lewis Hamilton in my way, and I failed to, get out of the way in time. He shimmied left and right, and that eliminated Hamilton from the session. But whose fault was that? Well, it certainly was one or the other. You'll find out at the very end who was to blame according to the game. But now I have a lap to set here. It's my first flying lap in this session, and it's good enough for 11th. I'm ahead of Di Resta. I've got to try again. Nico Hülkenberg's time is beatable. I brake at the 75 meter board and I'm wide. That was just not good enough, I'm afraid. I was too tentative into that corner. But there you go, a very good 11th place. And there you go, Lewis Hamilton. If you could just see there, he got the 10 place grid penalty for his failure to get out of my way, which was kind of unfortunate. I didn't want the World Championship contender to be punished, but there you go. You can see the top 10. Sebastian Vettel, the Master of India, on pole position. So now it's time for me to go with these 5 lights shining, and then away they go. It's time to race. Hülkenberg away very cleanly, Grosjean as well, and here comes Gutierrez on the inside. The Mexican would like a piece of this, and now I brake very late. Oh, there's cars off. Massa is a poor entry there. He got a poor entry. Now I'm trying to survive. A great start for Ricciardo. He's come from nowhere down the inside of Hülkenberg. Contacts between Grosjean and the barrier there, the little bollard, and I'm through to 9th position, which is my minimum objective for today, which is a bit difficult, but we'll have to do our best. And it's side by side between myself and Gutierrez again. Jenson Button got a poor getaway in comparison to everyone else. Brake and down the right-hander, and I'm through to 8th. Another position gained, and Gutierrez slides. A huge moment for Gutierrez there, but we're okay. And now braking. Oh, I was going a little too fast there, so I'll have to shortcut in order to save Jenson Button from being in an accident. But now we continue here. I'm just trying to find the right momentum to go through the corners when I have full fuel. Grosjean now starting to make a gap for himself, and I'm holding Jenson Button back. It's all okay. I'm just doing my level best. Down 2 gears for the left and flat for the right. That's good. Grosjean nearly a second ahead of me now. I'm starting again, but there's the mistake. Again, a little too fast in the corner with the fuel load at its max, and we brake for the final turn. So that completes a lap of the Buddh International Circuit, and I seem to be okay. It was a little unfortunate that I made a few mistakes, but we'll get a rhythm going eventually. And there you go. We'll brake for the right-hander, and we'll carry on with the lap. So Grosjean has more of a second lead. And Ricciardo is up to 9, so he's found his way past Jenson Button. And I'm now 4.2 seconds behind after 4 laps. So it seems like it's all about a defensive job. Just keep my eyes on the road and not make any mistakes. I'll be okay. There you go, good left and right hander. We're away. Ricciardo, he could have DRS coming up here. No, he actually doesn't, so never mind. Alonso sets the fastest lap as we head into lap 6. I've lost a little bit of time as the other cars are starting to gain on me. I did a pretty good lap there, nearly my best, but Grosjean is already 7.4 seconds clear. And now I'll surely be attacked with DRS for Ricciardo again on the long back straight. And you can see the rest is there as well. We actually move on now to lap 7. Here comes Ricciardo at last. Here's his big chance. He goes down the inside on the super soft tyres, or the soft tyres, and he hasn't made it stick. I'm around the outside and I'm clear. There you go. You can see Paul di Resta is holding that 10th position. And there's a McLaren in the mix as well. So there we go. More short-cutting as we almost prepare for my pit stop. It'll be a lap later. But you can see on your bottom left, there are some cars already in the pit lane. It's a very tricky one, this. You'll see in a moment if you haven't seen it before. It's kind of a double left apex entry sort of thing. But now my tyres are definitely burned out. Ricciardo is going on a long stint as well. He's on the soft tyres and yet he's still surviving. And now there's Sebastian Vettel. I should have DRS here, but you can just see the comparison between the Red Bull and the Williams as we head into the hairpin. You'll see now just how difficult it is to keep up with a championship contender like Vettel. He's just completely gone, and that ends my threat of the world champ. And now it's time to pit, keeping inside the white line as best I can. Whoa, you can see I'm touching the paint, the painted tarmac, and into the pit we go. So now I'm trying to survive in 8th position. There we go, one car is overtaking me. Ricciardo behind, and I think there is a McLaren behind, but I can't tell for sure. Here we go, the Williams team do a great job, 3.1 seconds, and I'm on the rich fuel mix, so away we go. Ricciardo survives in 9th place, but here comes Paul di Resta. It's going to be a battle of the braking zone, and I've done okay there. There we go, nicely done by Williams, keeping me in 8th position. So I'm on the hard tyres again, but Paul di Resta will certainly have a go if he feels brave enough. He did very well at the pit stops. There we go, into DRS and back down to standard. Here comes di Resta now, my championship rival. I realise the threat, and I go inside. And braking. Who's got the metal? I do, I have it. It's a safe corner. I do hit the bollard though. And now Paul di Resta is going to try and push me wide, heading into the left-hander. I don't know if he's going to fancy it. No, he won't. He'll brake a little early for the safety of us, so that's good. And now I actually take that corner pretty well. But there we go, let's take an update. It's Rosberg, Alonso, Vettel, Perez, Raikkonen, Webber, Grosjean, Harman, di Resta, Gutierrez, Button, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Sutil, Hulkenberg, Massa, Maldonado, Van der Garde, Bianchi, Verne, Chilton and Peak. Now it's Paul di Resta at my case again. He refuses to move it out on the inside again, but he's got a Sauber to contend with as we're on the 10th lap. And short-cutting. I'm absolutely loving the shortcuts. I don't think I've been given a warning at all, so the marshal's not really paying attention. And I've actually pulled out a nice gap as the cars just have to, kind of go one at a time to the second sector. But it's not long before the rest tries me again, and once more I will use the inside line. But now look at the Sauber. He's got a look. Not to be. Now we've got a queue of cars all vying for this position, going down to third gear and second gear, missing that apex and just about keeping it on the road. There we go, another sector 2 for you. Now it's lap 13. Gutierrez has successfully passed the rest and made a gap for himself, so it's now more defensive duties for me. Yeah, Gutierrez does lose time there, and it's just the AI can be a little bit shy when it comes to making moves sometimes. But now there's a big battle behind. I've got to make a break for it and get away from these guys. I have a 1.2 second lead. Rosberg down to 7th at the moment. I think he must have made an early pit stop. as Alonso sets on the fastest lap. There's a big shortcut. Now time for the pits as the rest goes in early. Gutierrez though is caught up to me again, as when the AI really focused there very, very quick. I hit the sleeping policeman, the orange bollard thingy, and here we go again. Braking, and I have to get it right. I shake the wheel. I have that kind of habit of shaking the wheel just to make sure my turn isn't too sudden. Now time for DRS, and Gutierrez will go inside. I didn't block the inside this time. He's waiting for his moment. Gutierrez, here we go. Brake. Oh, I just got it right by an absolute fraction, and it's okay. And there's Jenson Button now. He's 10th position. And that seems to be okay. Now lap 16. This is my scheduled stop lap. Grosjean is 10.9 seconds clear, but I do overtake Raikkonen or somebody in the pits, and that looks like a back marker ahead of me. I'm honestly not too sure what's going on, but here we go now. I'm taken completely by surprise. No, I'm gonna go. No. Oh, that's a huge moment. Charles Pic put me off. He was going extremely slowly through the hairpin, and I missed my braking point completely, and that puts me down to 9th. So Charles Pic made a big boo-boo and got into my head, and I made a huge mistake. So on worn out tyres, Sutil and Button are going to get away from me, but bearing in mind that Sutil's going to pit. There we go. Look at this. I can't keep that car in a straight line. Oh my goodness me. And we finally get to pit. Sutil though is already heading in, so he's got good service. I get a 3.1, and now Hamilton has caught up to the crew. He wants points, and look at those Force Indias so close, and Hulkenberg's passed as well, so all my hard work could be out the window before I could even say, oh, this is a disaster. So now Hamilton is trying to make a comeback from his mistake in the qualifying session, and I will get DRS into this sector, but it's not going to be close enough for Hulkenberg. I've got Gutierrez right behind, and you can see the orange dot represents Pastor Maldonado, so he's actually done very well this stint. Oh, contact! Hamilton made contact. His front wing is sharded, but it's not fully gone, I believe. Huge moment for Lewis Hamilton, and he's going to be put under pressure by Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg goes right around the outside, and Hamilton's vulnerable, but I kind of make a mistake of my own, so I fail to take full advantage. So big moment, and Hamilton could be in danger of losing more positions. And there you go, another error, as I just can't keep the car on the road. And now another mistake from Hamilton, and look at Maldonado. I've got to be very careful about what happens next, because I don't want to take out my teammate. You can hear the tyres squealing for mercy, but I can't really do anything about it. I've got to survive for as long as possible, but I don't think these were fresh tyres anyway, because I had to use most of my outlay for the moment. And then Hamilton makes another mistake. Their drivers are getting so close. Down the inside, here we go. Oh, the momentum takes me through. Oh, Hulkenberg hits the bollard and past the rest as well. That's 11th place. Hulkenberg now is under pressure from me with the DRS, but the rest of here we go as well. Pretty much everyone has DRS except for Hulkenberg, and we're going to follow in a big train. Here we go. Oh, Hulkenberg hits Grosjean. I just about got out of the way in time. Hulkenberg hits Romain Grosjean in the back, and that could turn everything on its head. Absolutely ridiculous driving from Hulkenberg there, and that delays the AI drivers quite badly, to be honest. Look at that, he had to go wide. A huge mistake from Hulkenberg. I was very lucky to have noticed just in time. Now I emerged just ahead of Grosjean. It took me quite by surprise. His car must be breaking down again. He was going very slowly through that corner, and I said, thank you very much, I'll take that. And that puts me back into 9th position, so what pot luck to get all those places back. So now let's take an update, as I didn't do that during my stop. So Alonso, Vettel, Weber, Perez, Raikkonen, Rosberg, Button, Sutil, Harman, Gutierrez, Hamilton, Maldonado, Grosjean, Ricciardo, Massa, Verne, Di Resta, Van der Gaard, Hulkenberg, Bianchi, Chilton and Peak. So deep breaths, and my tyres have given up. I could have gone another few laps, but they were already worn out, and again I'm very slow into the corner. You can't get it right at all, can you? So here we go, it's another 3.1. I now have to survive 7 laps or so on soft tyres with the yellow stripe, and now that puts me down in 14th, but you can see Maldonado hasn't made that much time ahead of me, so I could certainly gain back. So it's Romain Grosjean ahead, trying to challenge Massa. But what happens next? And it's anyone's guess. Here we go. We now fast forward. Everyone has pitted, and that will put me back to the 9th position. So whoop-de-doo, everything's going okay. Could I get my 6th point scoring position in 7 races? That'll be fascinating. Or 5 and 6, something like that. I'm in great form, but now it's Lewis Hamilton catching up to me. I haven't had a lot of time on these tyres, and Hamilton is definitely making his strategy count. So across the line of 31.7.2, just shy of my previous best lap there. Hamilton is going to close me down and make everything difficult, as I really want these 2 championship points to give myself a little cushion over the Force Indias. There we go. He hit the bollard on the back there, I think. And Hamilton will have the arrest with his superior McLaren engine, so it's revenge of Lewis. He wants to get those points to try and save himself from Alonso's guaranteed championship. Here we go. Inside line for Hamilton. And I shimmy him back, a little nudge. And it's all fair in love and war, and I'm through again. So nearly made a critical error with Hamilton letting him go on the inside. But now here we go again, deja vu. I think he's got a better run on me this time. Here we go, yeah, he's through much earlier. He's made his move a lot earlier, so can I capitalise on that? I go inside. No, he's definitely got me. Oh, lock up. No, I've actually done it again. Oh, goodness me, a huge lock up, and I've made that one count. But look at my tyres, they're just about to expire, and Hamilton will have to keep trying and trying. There's not a lot of time left. You can see I'm just trying to avoid shortcutting to keep my tyres okay. But now let's try one more time. It's a DRS zone. Hamilton goes outside this time, and he's got me much earlier, and there's not a thing I can do about it this time. No, he's easily through, and that wrecks my chances. Oh, my tyres are going now. I couldn't keep them preserved for long enough, and there is Fernando Alonso to take the blue flag rule on my expense, and now I have one less lap to complete. Look at those tyres, just look how quickly they wear out. I must have had a very aggressive setup, but I didn't really have a choice. But there we go, we move on to the very last lap. I was shaken about, I had to put into lean mix to survive and reduce my torque. There's a little bit of rain, and we cross the line now. Sorry, just a sec. So there we go, I just survived. Massa overtakes Maldonado, and there we go. Ooh, yes, wipe the sweat off my brow. It's another difficult result, but it's one World Championship point, which is great. Yeah, definitely difficult race. I wasn't familiar with the track before playing, but I did okay. I was lapped just at the end. But there we go. Fernando Alonso, Vettel and Rosberg are your rostrum holders. Weber, Perez, Raikkonen, Button, Sutil and Hamilton also get the championship points. Massa, Maldonado, I think De Resta, Gutierrez, Hulkenberg, Verne, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Bianchi, Chilton, Van der Garden, Peak. He was 3 laps down there, the young Frenchman, so disaster for him. So Alonso gains 23 championship points on Hamilton, so he could win the title in Abu Dhabi, with Vettel in 3rd and Rosberg 4th. Myself, I'm up into 12th now, but I'd need an absolute miracle, another Suzuka job if I'm going to overtake Hulkenberg. And same goes to the constructors. Mercedes look likely to win there despite Hamilton's disappointment. So do I get level 5 this time? It'd be terrible if I didn't. There you go, I have managed it. And that means just 3 races to go. The Abu Dhabi track is next, and you can now see my contract offers tab. I do have something, but who could it be from? Let's find out. Oh, it's a renewal from Williams, so yeah, I'll definitely take that. I want to stay at Williams and see what I can perform with them next season, but I do hope it's the #1 undisputed contract, but I don't know, so I just accepted and said whatever the story was, I'll take it. So there we go. I'm going to play with Williams for one more season at least. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that episode, guys. It was definitely a difficult one, but we'll move on now to the Abu Dhabi track, which is one I'm more familiar with. So bye for now.